They're having quite the dilemma over here. They gotta hire the neighbor. Oh. I feel like I walked into a trap. So backstory here is it lost the head gasket, was barely running, blowing oil out the exhaust, so it was done. But they're this far into it and they weren't going to do main bearings. So I'm like, what the hell are you guys thinking? So I pulled one. Not catastrophic, but you can catch your nail on it. They need replaced since we're here. But just trying to find out. Well, back on this thing. Apparently PTO was blown out too. So they got parts, or not PTO, the 3-point hitch. Parts scattered everywhere. And they wanted to reseal it right now. I said, just reseal that thing. I got the new O-rings. And, I think you might need a new one of those. And, dramatic. Like, oh, how do we find one of those? Oh, it's on the next page. Hold tight. Oh, right there. For $29, I think just buy a new one. The hell with it. Okay, this thing has been an organized mess because we got a bunch of guys who have no business rebuilding a motor doing it just because they're bored in Arizona. But I went through and inspected a bunch of parts and measured bearings and whatnot, and things are ordered. And we had a big argument over what oil goes in the trans and all that, because the guy at Ford said 80-90 in the hydraulics, everything, and it's all one cavity, which it's not. All three are separate. I think the guy was thinking of 8 ends, 9 ends. This is an NAA, which is different. And then he also sent GL5 80-90, and that's when I really questioned what the hell is going on here. So yeah, we have decided that we're going to go TDH in the whole thing. Return the 80-90, because this thing only works in the winter in Arizona, so plus 18, plus 20. And all it does is work in arena. And I think we're going to drag this to a neighbor's into a garage for assembly, so we don't have stuff like that happen. These bearings look not that old, but they look damaged. So, well, they are damaged. You can catch a nail on there. And getting the full story, we lost a head gasket, and I don't know how long they ran it with coolant in the oil, but that rod bearing says at least a little bit. Pistons themselves don't really look that bad. They pounded the sleeves out too. Oh, we just got the call today. The head is done at the shop. It's totally rebuilt. Hardened seats, decked it, new valves, everything. So we got at least that going on properly. The sleeves didn't look too bad either, but they're out now, so it don't matter. Yeah, we're on the right direction now. Can't wait for all these parts to show up. Well, we got some tractor parts. We want to put the 3-point hitch parts together, because then we can mount the seat on it and drag it to the neighbors in a garage. Because I had to explain to them that this is not engine building dust control. not okay. So yeah, the piston for the 3-point hitch, it looks a little different, but it also doesn't look all scratched up, so I think we'll be good there. And it comes with a leather backup ring to go on there, so I guess you soak it in hot water and then stretch it over. The bore looks, well, okay. It doesn't look as bad as that. And then we can get this assembled and on. Easy. Yeah, got that pushed in there. It's quite tight. Get the seal on here, bolts on there. That goes through the case and then bolts into here, or through here. Oh, it's extra fun since I didn't take it apart. I guess that goes in there, and I think a pin goes through there. You see, make sure it's clean. Oh yeah, clean. Ish. That must be there. I'm not buggering with it. And parts disappear, but it doesn't. It's fine. That'll work. Yeah, I think that can go on. Don't think there's any surprises. Well, there we go. We don't have a funnel. So before we put the seat on, we'll get a funnel, get everything filled. Where are we? And then it can get drug over to the neighbors, which I think's on this block behind. They do drag cars and stuff, so they have a nice shop for an engine rebuild. So excited to get those dry sleeves put in. with nothing. Maybe a propane tank turned upside down. I don't know. Okay, we're okay. Hey, hold on.
Let's go slow.
Hey, we have a clean-ish workspace. 100 times better than it was. And we pressure washed this whole thing out, and then I sprayed it all down with WD-40. Isn't that nice? Someone removing sleeves once upon a time. Oh, I think that's the new one from the old man. But not as bad as that one. But yeah, we're starting to disassemble stuff and clean, and we'll get to it. I'm sick. And we're going to do the sleeves, I guess. Well, see how this goes. I just ran a hone in there trying to clean some stuff up, but like, jeez, what do you do? Like, oh, I fell right in. I couldn't measure properly, but I was getting like 9 thou interference, and I was not liking that.
That other one, you want me to throw it in there? Or we'll just get it?
Yeah. Hit it in there. There you go. That one didn't just fall in.
Oh no, it's East Coast. They'll be close. Well, maybe not. Who knows?
Fine.
8 to noon.
Oopsies.
Yeah,
Be closed.
So everything went wrong. First 2 sleeves went in great. The second 2 hung up on something. Protrusions like 35 thou. Like, holy hell. So I said, we're probably not going to be able to get these Conrod bearings in either without wrecking them. Oh, yeah, you can get them in. And the first one, I had 3/4 of the way in, and it started to wreck. But there's nothing there but a hammer and a little tiny vise, and it just not set up for the job. And people aren't understanding that. So I said, we're going to order new ones. Why don't we just take the rods to a shop and have them put in? Well, they're going to charge you. I said, they charge you $20 a rod. Who cares? Let them put it in. Like, getting that whole head rebuilt for that thing was under $200. So it's cheaper in the long run, but we'll see where we end up next week when we get more parts. Well, back in the tractor. And get these 2 sleeves out and see what went wrong. Something with this one. This guy, I think we just beat too hard to crack it. All right, got the sleeves out. This guy that was stuck up, the sleeves, the ledge on the sleeves is 188 thou. And this thing has usually around 190. It varies. But enough room that sleeve should have went all the way in. So it must have just warmed up and got stuck. I was just concerned that there was a lip of steel on there, which it isn't. So I'm feeling fairly confident those sleeves should just pound in. We just got to get them cold enough. I'm going to hone them a bunch because they were measuring like 9 thou interference, which is a lot. We don't need that much.
I've got a... That's awesome.
One more, just a little. Yeah.
Beauty.
Ooh, hit it again.
Get it on this side.
Tiny bit, not like it was before.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up. Like storylines here. The old man said he ordered everything through Steiner's. So we needed more sleeves. I went in, oh no, my page. It's a Steiner's book, and went, well, the only kit they offer for the NAA is the 3.5-inch overbore. So that must be the kit he bought. So when we go to the liners, the only ones they offer for it are 3.5 overbore. Well, that must be what he got. So we ordered them. We put them in because, well, they should be right. And I test fit pistons, and there's 20 thou play in the 2 back ones we just put in. I said, you ordered all this from Steiner because that's all they list. He goes, oh, well, maybe I did order the rebuild kit from Ford. and everything else from Steiner. That's key info that should have been shared prior to us installing more sleeves. So hopefully Steiner's has, we can buy 2 separate pistons for the sleeves we got in there. Because the Ford place takes like over a month to get anything. Steiner's gets it in the week. And I am just fine with running 2 pistons 20 over in it and 2 that are standard. Dodge used to do it all the time with motorhome engines. If they wrecked a 440, if they wrecked a bore in the factory, they'd bore 1 cylinder 30 over and throw it over to the motorhome division, and away it would go. It'll run fine, but this is not the time for keeping secrets. Jesus. Terrible. Oh yeah, do that. That's what we want. Well, they all seemed good except number 2 was a bit tight, so hopefully take a half thou out of it and get it in spec. 10 thou clears. 20 thou doesn't. Good enough for me. Oh boy, are we fucked now. Put a screw in your oil hole. So yeah, put our screw in the oil hole, it was turning the bearing around, all of a sudden there was a pop, and the bearing quit moving and came around and there was no screw. So the screw is in an oil passage in the block, so fuck. That's not good. That's very bad. It's on the center web that lines up with the oil filter, so if there's any miracle there could be, we can maybe hopefully get a magnet in there and get it, but I don't know if that's doable. Hey, we got the front cover pulled off and all the mains dropped, and I can see that little fucker right there. I see you. Okay. How are we going to get it wiggled out of there? There. Chase that fucker to the side. That little prick. Yeah, if we could just get it spun around. Do that again. Just fit, you prick. You are so close to coming out of there. Oh, you little prick, you. Okay, we're done all that BS. Got the new main bearings in. She turns over nice. A little cleaning. We did polish these before, but we've been honing, so give them a clean. And we're ready for pistons to go in. We are making progress. So we never had a crow's foot to tighten the head down because the block heater goes through and it's one of the head bolts. It's kind of weird. And we're missing one of the lock nuts for the rods. One lock nut for one rod. So I'll have to get something for that. We're getting there. Tomorrow project. I'm working for free in the heat. Hell with it. Close enough for today. Oh yeah, it's like plus 34 today. No, I don't work in the heat. Well, on the tractor. We're getting there. Got the pan on. I don't know if there should be an O-ring in there, but this just dumps out. Ah. And we're having a little bit of an issue with the coolant drain. But, stupid exhaust. Oh well. Oil's in it. No water yet. Well, see if we get any oil pressure. Nothing, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Yep. It's getting it at the bottom end. So we're getting the oil to the top end, but this, I don't know, somewhere it goes in the rubber grommet into a hole. I'm guessing it's not seated, so we're gonna inspect. Well, I don't know. That looks sealed up to me. Oh, let's see if she runs.
Trying.
Hey. Woo. Well, you know, when you overheat an engine, blow the head gasket right out of it, fill it full of the oil full of water. It just doesn't always go back the way it was. So it's leaking water because that block must just be. So we are proving that it's not an external link only. Yeah, we pulled spark plugs. There was no water in there yet. Good. There's no water in the oil yet, which is good. So I think the plan is fill it full of stop leak and send it to work and hope for the best. If it only leaks external, I'm fine with that. I don't care. It's the tractor's a 52 or something. What do you want from it? You know, I hope it sets the rings good and either quits leaking from the head or fills the cylinder full of water and bends a rod and we never touch it again. Either one's a win at this point.
That was second.